Alright, this is my light truss. I love this thing. We got while they look kind of wimpy out here, they're really heavy duty stands. Holds two 8-foot pieces of truss up. Starting from the far left, I've got the red, yellow, blue, and green lights, and then the red, yellow, blue, and green lights. They're on chase circuits, so both reds light up, both yellows light up, etc. The little black angled boxes, like in the middle of each truss, that is the 8-outlet relay pack that is controlled by a chase controller in the rack, which will show you that. The far left scanner and then the third scanner, with the two that match, they're made by Venue. I've got them set up so that the left one is sound activated, and then through the DMX it feeds the one on the right the same signal as what it does, so they both work in unison. The second scanner is it's a Show Pro AccuBeam. Again, I've got a second one on the far right. Again, I've got it as the master feeding a signal to the slave, so they both work in unison. The lights hanging from the bottom on the far left is just it's an American DJ Vertigo. It comes on and off with the chase. It's just a simple spinny light that throws colored beams around, and it turns on and off. Most of these lights, with the exception of the track spots, really aren't meant to be on all the time, so that's why they're good to run them on the chase, so they turn on and off, which is what you want anyway. You want the flash. And then the middle lights hanging down are just junk park hands with purple lenses. Now on top of the subwoofers, I have a Martin Magic Moon. It shines a light through like a prism that spins in multicolors. I actually aim it at the roof, so it gives a nice like color effect on the roof. On either side of those, I have some made in China cheap ass LED moonflowers. They're supposed to be sound activated. They don't, so I'm just going to turn them onto a pattern. But they are DMX, and I've got them linked together so that one is the master, the other's the slave, and they'll show the same patterns. At the very top center is what they call a UFO saucer. It lights up and spins around with colored lights. It's on the same chase channel as the purple lights. So anytime the purple lights come on, that comes on. Let's go take a look at the chase controller. This is a chase controller, audio control, because I have it on set up so that it changes by the audio. Right now, if you look at the lights, I've got it in standby. As I tap it, you'll see them change, and that's just what they do. They just light up. Right now, I've got it so that it's off, but it's still doing its thing. Number 8 is the channel that controls the scanners. That one isn't in the chase. When we heat it up, it just turns on and stays on and powers up the scanners. Really nice unit for non-intelligent lighting. I love it. This being the sound system. This has got my buddy's really junk, half broken. It's a nice mixer, but it's half broken. Carvin mixer. We got 3 mic inputs here. I got the gain controls, so you gotta adjust it so you don't overfeed the input. There's EQ for each mic channel, and then the actual level for each mic channel, and you just press the button as to whichever one you want to be on or off. We've got the left deck of my Denon CD player on level 1, the right deck on level 2. Again, same gain controls, equalizer. We don't assign it to the crossfader because crossfader's busted too. And as master, we typically leave it about 8, because if it's all the way down, sometimes the left speaker still is full blast and the right speaker doesn't play. So we leave it there, and the levels are just level 1, and then when you switch, you do that. It's just kind of a junk. Headphone output you can select, like if you're playing deck 1, but you want to monitor and queue up what's on deck 2, that's where you do it. Headphone output for that. Denon CD player will play MP3 CDs, so you can burn a whole bunch of MP3s on one disc, and so you can burn 100 songs onto a disc and just put it in that player, and 100 songs and put it in that player. And as long as they're all songs you plan on playing, and you don't need more than 200 songs, you just need the 2 discs and you're done. Down below, a Furman power conditioner. Basically, it's also a power conditioner and a little light, dimmer light. Basically, it's just my on-off switch. Everything but the amps plug into this. I hit the power here, and of course Bobby turned everything off, but that's all right. This heats everything up. I have a mixer too. Oh, hell, forgot that amp's on. Down below, this is the actual control deck, or I mean the actual where you put the CDs in for the CD player. This is a BBE Sonic Maximizer. Basically, it's just a sound processor that makes it sound a little more lifelike. It kind of enhances the high end a little bit, makes it a little more lively. This is my Behringer Ultra Drive crossover. It's a full electronic crossover. It has up to 3 inputs and up to 6 outputs. I currently am using 2 inputs coming from the mixer, a left and a right. The system is Triant. I think channels 1 and 3 drive this amplifier here, which is 250 watts a channel, to drive just the horns and the bigger two-way speakers. Channels 2 and 4 feed this amp here, which plays the 215s in each cabinet to play my mid-bass and my mid-range. Channel 5 is my normal mono subwoofer out, which powers this amp down here, which is bridged to the single subwoofer, the big subwoofer down on the bottom. It does 1600 or 1400 watts to that one speaker. Also, because we borrowed my buddy's subwoofers because this place is so big, I threw in another amp, which is my an S2000 by Samsung, and I have channel 6 going to it, so that I can help, because trying to blend cabinets together sometimes gets to be a pain in the ass. They don't always blend right. Having one on each individual channel means I can electronically process each channel so that they blend right. It's kind of difficult to do. Got a cheap ass wireless mic. My 2 wireless mics that I bought didn't come in yet, which really make me mad. Got 2 really nice Shure Beta 57 vocal mics because I knew they were going to do announcements right in front of the speakers. So I got my good vocal mics that I expect them to use for doing major announcements and stuff, so we have a minimum of feedback. One other thing is that the big speakers are to power the dance floor, just to kind of blast them. The 2 speakers that are up on top are actually powered by a separate amp and crossover down here. So I have the XLR, which is the line, the high-powered output, the good one, coming out of this going into my crossover. Then I've just got the RCA outs as a secondary output from this going to that amp, going to the crossover to filter the bass out of them, and then going to the amp to drive the top speakers to fill the back areas without, making them deaf. I'm trying to think what else. Got my heavy-duty power cord that I built. It's hard to see, but I have my patch panel down there of all the I have hardwired all the speaker connections to a patch panel, so I just quick plug them in with speak-ons. But I think that covers most everything. Go ahead and